Hey guys, how we doing today? This is Wally with LearningNet.com, and in today's video, I just wanted to go over a few tips that help you guys to find the best web hosting provider to create your next website. Whether you're new or you're wanting to migrate your website over, these three tips that I'm going to share with you have helped me over the years to create websites with reliable web hosting providers. I'm Wally with LearningNet.com. If you guys are new here to this channel, hit the subscribe button right now. That way, any future videos, guys, that I put up, you will be sure to receive them. So basically in this video, I just wanted to give you guys a few pointers that have helped me over the years, specific things to look for in any web hosting provider that you're deciding to create a website with. I think that this video is important. The information is important because your web hosting, in all honesty, is the absolute most important decision that you'll ever make with respects to your website online. Let me repeat. Your web hosting is the absolute best decision or most important decision that you'll ever make with respects to your business online across the board. And I say this because there are so many different web hosting providers out there, all of which promise a lot of things, but few actually deliver on their promises itself. And so the three pointers that I wanted to highlight in this video, there's some other things that I wanted to mention that you could look for as well that'll definitely help you to find something that's ideal for your specific situation, your web hosting needs that you have. Of course, if you've just started a business, you have your storefront, you want to create a website, you're probably just confused about where is it that you should go. I mean, you probably Google online right now what's the best web hosting provider, and you see tons and tons of pages of web hosting providers that are out there. And so obviously that could be very overwhelming. But what I'm going to do for you guys is give you a few pointers that have helped me, some things that I have looked for over the years, being able to create different blogs and websites online, and how is it that it's benefited me in the long run by sticking to the specific criteria. The very first thing that I wanted to mention, guys, is customer support. Um, these points that I'm going to mention, I'm not going to mention them in any specific order of importance, but each of them are important, equally important. So I'm just going to go through them one by one. So customer service is probably for me the absolute most important thing because it really doesn't matter how much you spend on web hosting. If you have a problem with your web hosting, you want to know who you can talk to, right? I mean, think about it. If you purchase any product online today, or any product even at your local, one of your local businesses in your local area, if you have a problem with your product, you want to know who can you talk to. You want to be able to pick up the phone, speak to somebody in customer service to fix your problem that you have. So customer service for me is extremely important. It's an area that you do not want to overlook. I want to say that you need to look for a web hosting provider that provides 24/7 customer support. At any given moment when your website is down or you're having problems, maybe you just have a simple question about a plugin or how to install this or that. Maybe you installed a plugin and it broke your site. Whatever it is that is going on, and you just have a simple question or you want to submit a ticket, you need to have access to 24/7 customer support. Customer support is my first point that I wanted to mention off bat. The second area that I wanted to talk about that is extremely important, and that's with uptime. Now, uptime, if you don't know or understand what it is, it's really the amount of time that your website is visible to people online. So, I have a blog, learningnet.com. I have several blogs and websites online. And if a potential customer or client was trying to look for something on Google, type it in like a long tail keyword, what have you, and they clicked on my website and it was unavailable, then that would be an example of downtime. And so, thankfully, none of my websites have those issues. And I think that's highly due to the fact that I choose well when it comes to, web hosting and the providers that I decide to host with. And that's why I'm making this video for you guys today, just to tell you guys a little bit about my personal experience with the different web hosting providers that I've had, that I've probably used like in the past, and why uptime is extremely important. If you don't have really good uptime with your website itself, it can cause two things. Many problems could result from it, but two major ones that really come to mind. One, it really hurts your brand, whatever company it is that you represent, or the brand or service that you represent online. If your website is down, it's unavailable when your customers are trying to access your website, it hurts your brand. Versus people clicking on your website, they'll bounce off and go somewhere else to your competition. So versus spending money on your website, they're going to spend it with your competition. So in turn, you lose money, you lose revenue, potential sales, all of which are caused by bad uptime. I recommend looking for a web hosting company that has at least 99.9% or better with uptime itself on their servers. 99.9% guaranteed or better. And when you think about that, I say 99.9% because every web hosting company across the planet experiences some downtime. It could be a question of maybe 1 minute, maybe 5 minutes, or even 30 minutes. But every web hosting across the board, you may see some that, have some really terrible times, online. Some like, there are some hosts that are like EIG owned, that may average something like, 90% or 92 or 93 or something like that. It's very low. They have frequent downtimes. I do not recommend that. I'm going to tell you guys about a couple that I do recommend that maintain really high uptimes. And again, you want to side with that because one, you can rest assured that when people are searching for you online through the search engines such as Google, Yahoo, and Bing, when they click through, they'll be able to access your website and not have any issues with downtime and things of that nature. All web hosting companies service their monitors, perhaps once a month, and it may be just for a brief moment where your website may be down. But again, that 99.9% or better is a really great rule to look for when it comes to server and reliability with uptime itself. Okay, so we talked briefly about customer service. We honed in on uptime, and obviously you want to know about cost. So affordability for me is extremely important. But what's more important to me, even more than cost, is customer service and uptime. I say that because you could spend, $10 a month or $30 a month on web hosting and could have terrible customer service. Somebody who you call up and they may be unprofessional, or you could spend all this money on web hosting and your website is down. So again, it really doesn't matter how much money you're spending on web hosting, whether you're spending $5 a month or you're spending $30 a month or more. For me, the two most important things that I look for first is customer service. What do people say about their customer service? And two, uptime. Those three main area guys are extremely important in my opinion as a blogger and entrepreneur when it comes to looking for web hosting to be to create your website. I wanted to take out a few moments to tell you about this because these are things that I didn't learn when I got started, online. I had to figure it out, and it resulted in a lot of frustration and headache. And so I know you're getting started with your beginner online with web hosting. You might be overwhelmed with all the options that are out there, and where is it that you should really go when it comes to creating websites online. Well, I've come up with a very brief list, and I'll leave some links right below for you guys. There are affiliate links because I actually use these web hosting companies, and each of these web hosting companies that I wanted to talk to you about or share with you today fulfill these three criteria. They have amazing customer service, they have amazing uptime, and more importantly, they're very affordable. The very first web hosting provider that I wanted to share with you guys, and again, there will be some links right below, that way you guys can use them. Keep in mind that the very first one that I wanted to mention to you guys, there's a really, really nice deal with it. I'm going to minimize the screen, and it's through Scala Hosting. Scala Hosting is not owned by EIG. They're an amazing company. They've been around for like 20 years. I really love their web hosting services. Amazing customer service. They're really fast with responding to inquiries, and they're just great across the board, guys. They offer not only shared web hosting, but for WordPress, email, reseller, if you want to open your very own web hosting company. What's really hot right now is VPS. If you have a website that has a lot of web traffic already, you want to migrate over to Scala hosting. The VPS is ideal for that. But one thing that I really wanted to highlight with you guys today to show you why um, Scala is, the top best web hosting providers that are out there that you guys have, at your disposal is for mainly two reasons. One, there's no other web hosting company out there, no other web hosting company, including the other two that I'm going to mention to you guys following, that gives you high volumes or high allowance of website traffic. For example, you guys will see here that there are 4 different plans that you can select from. And if you guys use the link below, you're going to be able to get 3 months for just $1. If you use the coupon code at checkout, LearnaNet, that I'm going to include right below, it'll give you an additional 25% off at checkout. But the awesome thing about Scala hosting is this. You get very high volumes of traffic. Most web hosting companies only give you a short amount, say maybe 10,000 per month, 20,000 per month, and so on. But with Scala hosting, they give you an amazing 90,000, even on the first tier of visitors that you can have, coming to your website with 10 gigabytes of web space. As you proceed and go up and scale up with the start, advanced, and e-commerce, you guys will see that it gives you unlimited space, so it gives you more resources and also more allowance with web hosting itself. It's very, very inexpensive. It's very affordable. I love their customer service, and their uptime is amazing. You can see $395 monthly is what it starts at, but if you guys use a link below, you can get 3 months for $1. And don't forget to include the promo code LearnaNet at checkout. Okay. All right. So you can see here on this website, trustpilot.com. This is a very respected website, guys, that reports on web hosting companies. Well, several companies across the internet. But you can see here that they have an amazing 5-star rating with customer service. So you're not only getting my take on it, but you can see that they're really an amazing web hosting provider due to customer feedback online. Another web hosting company that I wanted to tell you guys about is SiteGround. Now, SiteGround, I have currently 12 websites online using SiteGround. I really love them. Very fast customer service, great uptime, and these guys are amazing as well. They're very affordable. They have shared WordPress as well as e-commerce if you want to create like a store online. I currently have the Grow Big plan itself, but for beginners, I just recommend you get the startup plan itself. The regular price of it is $11.95, but if you guys use the discount below, for SiteGround, you're going to be able to get a 60% discount off of their services today, and you'll get it for $3.95. So it's an amazing deal, really great customer service, guys. And again, if you look right here on Trustpilot, you can see also a 5-star rating across the board. So it's an amazing web hosting provider, and they're very affordable, only $3.95 if you guys use the links that are right below, and you can take advantage of their amazing web hosting services to create your site today. Another one that I wanted to share with you guys to finish up is A2 Hosting. Now, A2 Hosting is known primarily for their turbo servers. They're extremely fast, and I wanted to tell you guys about them because with these 3 web hosting providers that I'm sharing with you guys today, they have amazing uptime across the board. They maintain an average of 99.9% with their uptime performance on their servers itself. Now, A2 Hosting has, again, shared web hosting, WordPress, VPS, reseller as well if you want to start like your very own web hosting business. And there's dedicated for high volume traffic websites. But I do just recommend the shared itself, as it starts at $3.92 per month. If you guys use the link that's right below, it's going to allow you to get 51% off of your web hosting today. I really, really love their web hosting across the board. All of the features that come with it. I mean, they have amazingly fast servers, really fast page loads. And that's really important because, when you're online and you are, creating your websites and people are online and they're trying to access your website, they don't want to wait like several seconds for your pages to load. And so the thing that I love about Scala Hosting, SiteGround, and A2 Hosting, all of which you guys can, select from right below, is that they're really great when it comes to customer service. As I mentioned before, their pricing is very affordable and they have really great customer service. Something also that I wanted to mention about these three hosts is that they give you SSL certificates, which are extremely important. Google made an announcement last year about the importance of having them. Like if your website doesn't have an SSL certificate on it, then they'll mark it unsecure. And so that's a really great thing that you're going to get with your web hosting itself when you get started with them today. So today I just wanted to share with you guys some quick pointers that have helped me over the years to really create websites with web hosting providers that are reliable and that definitely perform. Okay, and so I wanted to give you guys these pointers, the three things that I feel that are extremely important. Of course, there are a lot of things that you may look at or think about, but for me as a blogger, being online for some 8 years that I've been online, those things I think matter most to me. Customer service, having 24/7 customer service that's fast, also having really great uptime, and thirdly, affordability, all of which are extremely important, guys, when getting started online. So do me a favor, if you like what you heard in this video, give this video a like. I really appreciate your feedback. Give me your comments below. Let me know which of these three web hosting providers you feel will be best for you. Tell me what you liked most about this video. I wanted to give you guys at least three key pointers that have helped me over the years to look for when creating websites. Tell me which of the three matters most to you. I'll leave it to you to comment below, okay? Take care, guys. Get started by using the links below to create your very next website today.